All right, this short tutorial is going to show you a really important thing you need to do if you are a user of Notability, and I cannot stress enough how important this is. Notability is something that by default stores all of the files on the iPad. The problem with that is, and the problem with any app that does that, is if something happens to your iPad, it gets damaged, we have to wipe it. We have a situation where ZuluDesk went down like it did a couple of weeks ago, and you can lose all of your data. But there's an easy way to prevent the loss of data. So you're going to start with Notability and tap on that. And then you're going to do in the bottom left corner, the gear. And you will notice it will come up, it sometimes comes up with auto backup, but you want to start with manage accounts. And you'll notice here, in this case, this user, this test student is not logged into anything. That would be problematic. If something were to happen to this iPad, there is no way of getting back the data. So very simple solution. You go here to log in, and you're going to go through the login process. The first time you do it, it's going to ask you if you want to allow all of this. It's going to ask you for your password. You're going to say yes. Now you see Google Drive is different in that it says log out. That means that you are logged into Google Drive. Now, there's one more step because this is not automatically backing anything up. So if you go to Auto Backup and you select Google Drive, sometimes you may get a message that just kind of reminds you, hey, this is being backed up. You want to do that. And then you're going to say close. And I want you to notice right next to the garbage can, in the bottom, you're going to see this circle start to close. That is the process of it auto backing up. The more files you have here, the longer that's going to take. This one is already automatically backed up. So if we go in here and we create a new note, and we take this and we add to it, we name it. I want you to notice when we go back out, that circle comes up, and now it is auto updated. It's auto backed up. Okay, something happens to the iPad, now you have that information, that doc, that particular note backed up. How do you find that? Very simply, you go to your drive, and I made sure in this case that I was in the drive that I needed to be, and you will notice the folder that says Notability. That the idea of what the process we just went through actually is what causes Notability, the Notability folder to be created. When you click on that, now it will actually, and in this case, it's updating by name, or it's showing them by name. You could do last modified, and then you will see this note, which is actually what we did. And so if your iPad loses the app for whatever reason, you have that as a backup. One thing I will say, and I know that for some teachers and students this is problematic with Notability, they say there is nothing that can be done. If you create folders along the left and the iPad loses the app for whatever reason, you cannot bring back that folder structure from Google Drive. Google Drive is just saving the individual folders, the individual notes into one Notability Google Drive folder. I would think about how much time you want to spend creating those folders on the left, considering there is a search feature. So I would not call your note September 4th, note September 5th. I would go in and say I want to name this something that actually means something, like math unit 1 section 2, whatever it might be, so that then when you are back here, you can actually search for that and say, I want all of the math notes, and it's going to give you math, or I want all of the unit 1 notes. So hopefully that helps. Hopefully that will prevent you from losing data.